Hey everyone, welcome to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. What are we talking about tonight? Well, Microsoft Xbox Android app will start selling games this fall. In the wake of a U.S. judge ordering Google to open up its Android app store, and that's true, a U.S. judge is ordering Google to open up its Android app store, Google Play, after a jury found the tech giant is running an illegal monopoly. The judge said, do not pass go, do not collect $200. You must open up your store. You must sell Boardwalk to the rest of everybody else. The controversial changes include allowing third-party app stores to be available on Google Play for the next 3 years. According to the injunction issued on Thursday of some day, not when we're recording this, but a Thursday. In addition, third-party Android stores will be able to offer access to Google Play catalog of apps, breaking down the wall of the company's app ecosystem. So that's basically on the Google side of things what happened when they said, no more monopoly. You must open this up for everyone. So the Xbox said, hey, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and make it, due to the court's ruling, that Google's mobile store in the U.S. will allow more choice and flexibility, said Sarah Bond in a tweet. Our mission is to allow more players to play on more devices, so we are thrilled to share that starting in November, players will be able to play and purchase Xbox games directly from the Xbox app on Android. Which I always thought it was weird because I didn't know in the past. I always thought it was weird, like, why can't I buy a game through the app? Like if I, it's like, okay, I'm going to look for this game in the store and then I want to purchase it. Why doesn't it allow me to do that? And that would be why. So the existing Xbox app on Google Play has some useful features, managing your friends list, blah, 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 blah. Microsoft doesn't let users buy games in the app because it doesn't want to give Google a cut of in-app purchases. The app has mostly 5-star reviews, but some ratings, recent low ratings mention a few bugs. Whatever, who cares? The Xbox app is all right. It's all right. Enabling game purchases via the Xbox app will make the app more competitive as a one-stop shop for Xbox games, especially considering that social chatting app Discord is popular among gamers and added more Xbox functionality later this year. So, Microsoft said it will launch its own cross-platform online mobile game shop to complete with Google Play and Android's App Store by July. But that didn't happen, and it's still in testing, they say, which, I don't know. This ruling they might change their mind. Microsoft shouldn't open up their own cross-play online mobile game shop because they've tried doing mobile stuff a lot and they suck at it, and so they should just give up. So they had their phones and their stores, and your Xbox app on PC still sucks, and your app on the phone is okay, and you can't do mobile. I'm sorry. You do OS is okay sometimes. Your console, you haven't figured out what the hell you're doing with it anymore. So I don't know if you know what you're doing, Microsoft. But anyway, you're going to have games out there on the App Store that you can buy. So, I mean, that's basically it. They didn't want to give them a cut of things. We had talked about, this is good. An illegal monopoly. And Google created an illegal monopoly by paying partners to make its search engine the default on today's smartphones and mobile browsers. So, all these companies do that. But yeah, there had been a lot of talk about breaking up Google or other tech giants because of monopolies, right? And so this is a good thing to allow competition on Google Play Marketplace. So that's cool. And then now people can, with the Xbox app, they'll be able to go and search for games and I guess play them and, buy them from the app store. So that'll be helpful. If you're not at home and you're like, hey, I want to buy this game, and while I'm thinking about it, I want to pop the app open and purchase it, right? and then have it install, because you can do that from the app, right? You can have it install on your console. So, if you wanted to do that, that's all well and good. But I don't know. Let's go around and see what everybody thinks. Patrick, what do you think, buddy?
I worry. There's a couple of things that I worry about. I mean, the biggest thing to me is a security concern. I understand monopoly and things like that. I don't understand how the Apple Store is not considered a monopoly, because they have in my opinion, there's a tighter control in the Apple Store for developers and stuff than there is on the Steam one, the Google Play Store. But if you just allow anybody to do their own billing process through there, it makes scamming people a lot easier, right? Because there's no protection then, right? With Google Play, if you get scammed a little bit and get off ahead of it, like immediately, there's usually something Google can do through their payment system, right? Because the payment went through Google, and there's still an in-flight type thing where they can say, oh, we're going to cancel this transaction, pull back funds, whatever. But without relinquishing that payment control system to third parties, you're SOL. If somebody puts a fake game up there with like an in-app purchase or whatever, and you say, oh, I'm going to buy this 99-cent package or whatever in the game, and it ends up charging you $100, and there's no recourse, and things like that. So it just makes the Play Store a little bit more of a risk. Google is not as strict with what can go on the Play Store as Apple has been, right? Apple would always say, we have to review your game before it goes on the Play Store to check for malicious content and stuff like that. Google's malicious content scanning is more automated and things like that, but it's not perfect. From what I understand, Apple's is more of a person reviewing the app and some internal testing done on the app to prevent malicious code and things like that. But Google Play is a lot more open in that aspect. Is to get certified to go on the Google Play Store is fairly easy compared to Apple's. But I do worry about the risks that's going to come about this. But at the same time, I understand the monopoly that has been created by them controlling that, because if you want to put on the Google Play Store and you want to make in-app purchases, it has to go through their payment mechanism, which means they get a cut. And that's what Microsoft was complaining about. That's what Fortnite was complaining about. What Epic was complaining about. Everybody was complaining about. We have to go through these mobile stores, Google Play and Apple Store, and they take a chunk. And it's getting a little wild out there with everybody getting a cut, right? Everything is like got 10 people's fingers in the pot before it gets to the original developer, right? Well, I mean, when you think about anything, you want to buy anything online, 5 people got their fingers in your money before it gets to the person who made said object. I mean, let's think about going to Amazon and buying something from Amazon. There's interchange fees from the credit card companies. There's Amazon fees for listing the product and handling it on their page. There's, sponsored link fees and everything else. If I want to sell my product on Amazon, 5 to 10 people have their fingers in my pot before I get my money from this. So, and that's everywhere. You go to the store and you buy a Twinkie with your debit card. 3 other people got their hands in your money. The interchange fee people get their money to, the percentage, 10% of that transaction fee goes to somebody else, and then the store owner gets his cut, and then everybody else gets their cut. It's just everything has gone the way of fees. So people don't have to work. I mean, I had friends and people who have been in the credit card business, and they made buku bucks and they didn't do shit. They just hosted interchanges, and you're just like, wow. Just think of like Square and all those people take another 10% on top of the interchange fees that are going on. It's just a madhouse out there. So I understand it. You got to stop these compounding fees, right? Because if we just allowed this to happen, and Microsoft wanted to sell their games on there, and Epic wanted to sell their games on there, they're getting cuts. But how can, if this is my question that I don't understand, is how could somebody say that the Google Play Store is an illegal monopoly when you have Steam and you have Epic and you have PlayStation stores out there? Those are monopolies. I'm sorry, but those are monopolies. The PlayStation Store, especially, because you can't buy that game digitally anywhere else but them. That's a freaking monopoly if I ever saw one. And to sell your game on there, Sony gets a cut. And then the developer, before the developer gets their money. So, Sony says, hey, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I've heard 30%. I've heard 10%, 15%. But let's just say for ease of sake, it's 30%. You sell that game for $60 or $70 now. Sony takes their 30%, and then you get your money. The developer gets their money. And if you had a publisher, the publisher gets their cut before you still get your cut, So everybody gets a cut before you, the person who actually made said object, gets your cut. It's a mess out there. And if you're saying that the Google Play Store is a monopoly, then the Apple iPhone Store is a monopoly. PlayStation's a monopoly. Any of this stuff's a monopoly. Now, like Steam used to be a monopoly, in my opinion, but now you can get the games from Epic, so that's not really a monopoly, right? But so Sony Play Store is definitely a damn monopoly. And you can't say you have to have a PlayStation to do that because you have to have an Android to get a Play Store. You have to have an iPhone to get the Apple Store. You don't have to. I guess you can put those on PCs and stuff, but why the hell would you want the Apple Store or the Apple apps on your PC, or I guess if you got a Mac or something or whatever? And but be honest, that's all same crap. So more people getting their money. So you have to figure out a way to get around that. But in my opinion, it also creates a little bit more of a security risk and nightmare. So people need to be more diligent about where they put their credit card is all I'm just trying to say. So to me, I could see a positive in the ruling and a negative in the ruling. Less protections now since they have to open up the store to everybody. But yet again, it means more money going to the developer or the person that's selling the product now, because they can bypass the Play Store billing system, Google billing system, and go directly to their own. So it's a good and bad. You're screwed if you do. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't type situation here in this type of thing. So I don't know where I stand. To be honest, I'm on the fence about it. That's why I'm like, I don't know. I think this is good, but I could see this is bad. So I'm stuck. I don't know. Because we as the consumer aren't going to reap any benefits from this, right? Microsoft's not going to lower their price because they don't have to pay Google or Android, Google Play Store or anything. We're not going to reap any of those benefits. We're more likely to say, oh, we just saved our 30%. Here's a 10% price increase on this item. Go stick it up your ass is what Microsoft says. We're never going to lower those prices. So I don't know. Shane, how do you feel about this ruling and what Microsoft's plans are? And I agree with Dick. Microsoft makes operating systems, but they can't make a damn app that works to save their life. They made Windows, but their Xbox app on Windows is the most garbage application out there. It doesn't work right. The game bar crashes all the time. Doesn't know how to pick up active headphones and microphones. It's just a piece of shit. And the company makes software for a living. So how can you make software for a living and make a piece of shit app like the Xbox app for PC? Makes no sense. But Shane, what do you think, man? Where do you fit on the fence here with the Google Play having to open up their billing system and all that for third parties?
I don't know. It's just another thing that somebody's going to be paying somebody for, and it's going to fall back on me. I mean, it's what it is, You let Bob charge one thing, Bob's cousin charges another thing, and you got three more assholes in the line. And by the time it gets back to me as the producer, I get nothing. The time it gets back to me as a consumer, I'm paying 20 extra percent. It's a load of crap. And yeah, the bar kind of sucks. I don't have the problems you guys do because I usually just use the Xbox. So, but I don't know. It's an odd thing to me. I'm not a big tech guy, but I cannot believe that Microsoft is so worried about paying that extra $1.50 for me to buy my game on their app on my phone. I don't know. It's stupid. It's all stupid though because I'm tired of the gaming atmosphere just being so money, money, money. There's just everything about gaming anymore is just it's about a money making scheme, and it's saddens me as an old school gamer. Used to be you bought a game, you put a game in the machine, and you play the game, and you love the game or you hate the game. That was it. That was your big trial and tribulation. Is this game going to be good? Do I wait a month for the next Game Informer to come out to tell me what they thought, or do I risk it and buy the goddamn game? No.
You're gonna be waiting a lifetime now for the next Game Informer.
Exactly. Now you gotta pay 4,000 assholes just before you can get the damn game to play, and then you got to sign an agreement that says you're going to give them your firstborn and a bucket of chicken just to play the goddamn game. I'm just so tired of the gaming atmosphere of monetization on every single goddamn aspect. Microsoft has really fallen apart on that. They used to be one I kind of liked, and they're just no better than goddamn PlayStation anymore. And PlayStation is a monopoly. I can't buy crap digitally anywhere from them. You can't good old game them, nothing. And that's a load of crap. Especially if they want to do that with their first party, fine. That's your shit. You go for it. Have a sandwich with it. I don't care. But if it's a third party game, you should not be allowed to do so. I've said it 1,000 goddamn times. I'm getting pissed off. Protect the fucking consumers. I'm tired of consumers getting screwed because we don't have no money. We don't have no money. We don't have no power. With no power, we don't get to say nothing. Just tired of it. These are the kind of things that are screwing up.
You get no tolls. We don't eat no rolls.
Exactly. And I want rolls. Goddamn it! I want rolls with butter and some jelly. I'm hungry now. But these are the kind of things that we shouldn't have to be dealing with as in any really aspect, not even gaming. We shouldn't have to deal with. We shouldn't have to wait for a lawsuit to fix something that should have been there to begin with. We shouldn't have to wait for lawsuits to make corporations do things to make things right and all that. We just talked about a Steam thing. Coming out and forcing them to put on their main screen, you don't own shit when you buy this, and now we got this being Microsoft. I'm getting pissed off. I'm getting lost in my pissed offness, but I don't know. I don't think any of this is going to make a big deal to anything regardless. The app's going to suck. You're still not going to buy nothing from the app. You're still not hardly ever going to use the app. I mean, how often do you guys use the app really?
Yeah, I use the Xbox app on my phone quite a bit.
Do you really? I can't remember.
Yeah, you still get rewards and stuff for using it.
Oh, that reward system from Microsoft went to hell in a handbasket. I gave up. I bought 4 movies, 84 games. You know what I got? A fucking bottle of Dr. Pepper, half drink and flat.
I guarantee you Microsoft wouldn't have a problem with this if their phone market took off and they were still in the competition with the phone market because they had control over their own phone market apps, But now, in my opinion, this is a little bit of a rough place to be because technically the only time you need Google Play is on an Android phone, which technically you still don't need it. But if you want to do in-app purchases, you do. But because you can download APK files and just put them on your phone instead of using the Google Play. So you don't need them to install it. There's just a little bit more protection. And like on iPhone, you have to have an iPhone to get the Google iPhone app, the Google, or not Google. I always keep saying the Google, but the iPhone app. Yeah. So I don't know. And you can willingly put the Google Play app on your PC, and same thing with the iPhone app. So
yeah, but I don't want to.
The Apple Store. You can put those on your PC. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure this is a good move, but Google is filing an appeal, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but Google just needs to suck it up and deal with it. Just shut up and suck it up.
I don't know. The more I listen to this, the more I read, the more I think about it. I think this is a bad idea from a security aspect. From a monopoly aspect, okay, it's a bad idea, but how do you fix that? Do you price fix what these apps can charge?
Yes.
Because before long, we're going to get to a point to where I don't know what percentage they're taking. I've never developed an app and put it on the store on iPhone, on Apple, or on Google. So I don't know what they take. They take 10%, they take 30%. What do they take? I don't have a clue. Somebody that's probably listening can tell me what they've taken from you if you've developed an app or whatever. But at the same time, it makes billing a little bit easier too. But it's a security risk, in my opinion, to open up the third-party billing. A lot more opportunity for fraud and risk. But monopolies are a big thing.
How many things do you buy on your phone now?
Me?
Yeah.
Not much at all. But I'm not typical. A mobile market in general is a billions of dollar market.
I mean buying things in general.
Oh, like I buy off Amazon all the time from my phone.
Right. So I don't think another app.
But that doesn't go through.
Party.
That doesn't go through the Google Play app. What Amazon doesn't.
Yeah, that's mostly they got record of it.
It doesn't go through.
They
Google.
Have record of everything. Yeah. They got a record of your last dick pic.
No,
they know everything about.
There's commerce laws and things like that protect you. Now they may be snooping, which we'll find out later, but by law they shouldn't be snooping in what your payment process, because that stuff's all protected. PII protection, everything like that. And if it's found out that Google did that, we're all getting fat paychecks because that's highly illegal.
No, that's where those mass lawsuits come in, where offices have bend them over and fuck them. They litigate, and then you guys all get $5 each out of that $40 billion they
a PII lawsuit like that, or even a PCI, because it'd be more like a PCI lawsuit at that point. That would be billions of dollars, and we'd all be getting thousands of dollars from that, because that's highly illegal. Especially if any of your data gets compromised and you
file bankruptcy.
Not a company like that. There would be no protection for them. There would be no bankruptcy. The judge would laugh them out in court and be like, "You can go cry that sob story somewhere else. You're not getting bankruptcy protection for this." But like I said, I don't know. I'm on the fence with it because I think there's a more risk of fraud, but also at the same time, it's a monopoly in the sense of that. But so is so much other shit that needs to get shut down, though. If this is a monopoly, hello Sony, hello Epic, hello Steam. You have monopolies. You have to use their billing systems. So you're next.
And I'm okay with that. Sue Sony. Sue them all.
I love Monopoly.
Yeah, but I can never get around Go without having to pay out all my money beforehand.
On the battleship.
You land on income tax every time.
He lands on that hotel on Park Place or Boardwalk.
Park Place and Boardwalk.
I land on chance to get sodomized.
He gets chance, go directly to Boardwalk. Then proceed directly to
twice.
Park Place. Yeah.
Pay double.
Go to Park Place. Yeah. Pay double.
We should play that. We haven't played in a while.
I haven't played Monopoly in a long time. Anyway, you guys have anything else you want to add to this?
No, just sue them all. Give me a check of it. I don't care.
Yeah. All right. Well, let us know down in the comments below what everybody else thinks. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I don't really care. It's, there's a lot of monopolies out there and a lot of companies that do shady crap all the time, and we're never going to seem to get past it. So one step at a time, right?
We're living in the dystopian future of today where everything is just rape you over the coals expensive.
Yeah.
And we're living in an idiocracy.
Yeah. That too. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you subscribe. Help us out. Do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button. That helps us out. We're not going to monopolize on it. Just hit or maybe we will. I don't know. There's other people you can subscribe to, so I guess we wouldn't be one, but you can only go to YouTube. Anyway, let us know down in the comments below what you think. Hit the like button. If you like this video, make sure you hit the bell notification to stay up with new videos that we do all the time. We'll see you next time.
See ya.